From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for April 10th, 2026. These are the stories we are reporting at this hour. President Donald Trump's threats to wipe out Iran, a whole civilization, ended the restraint that Democrats have mostly practiced when it comes to questions of removing him from office in a second term. By the dozens, Democrats finally came out to say that Trump should no longer serve in the White House, either through the impeachment process or the 25th Amendment, which allows the vice president and the cabinet to declare that a president is no longer able to perform the job. Well, Trump eventually pulled back on his threat and agreed to a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. The episode highlighted growing demands for Democrats to oppose the Republican president in the strongest possible terms. Calls about Iran flooded into congressional offices, lawmakers said. The breadth of the Democratic pushback underscored the gravity of Trump's apocalyptic threat to a country of more than 91 million people. It also served to raise the domestic political stakes for a conflict that is far from over. The Trump administration faces mounting calls to testify about the war and justify its demands for hundreds of billions of dollars in new military spending. In this news from the U.S. Postal Service, the U.S. Postal Service said Thursday it has informed federal budget officials it will temporarily suspend its employer contributions to federal employees' retirement system annuities, allowing it to keep making payroll, paying suppliers, and delivering the mail. The Postal Service also wants to increase postage, including raising the price of a first-class mail forever stamp from 78 cents to 82 cents. USPS filed notice Friday with regulators who still need to approve the changes. Thank goodness I bought my forever stamps when they were 51 cents a piece. Boy, howdy, get them early while you can. The step taken by the Postal Board of Governors to forego the pension payments is meant to preserve cash and liquidity due to the Postal Service's ongoing severe financial crisis. Postal Service Chief Financial Officer Luke Grossman said in an internal message to USPS employees, officials have warned the United States Postal Service is on course to run out of cash by around February 2027. Turning to news from the Navajo tribe, a federal judge in Phoenix has rejected a plea agreement that would have allowed a man who admitted to beating a Navajo elder and leaving her for dead to avoid more prison time. Preston Henry Tolth, age 26, now will face trial on charges of carjacking and assault in relation to the 2021 disappearance of Ella Mae Begay. A trial date hasn't been set. Under the agreement, Tolth would have been released on a sentence of 3 years of time served in exchange for acknowledging his role in the crime and pleading guilty to a single count of robbery. Known as a gifted weaver of pictorial rugs, Ella Mae Begay was 62 years old when she vanished from Sweetwater, Arizona, the small community on the northern part of the Navajo Nation where she was raised and later brought up her own 3 children. Begay's disappearance received national media attention and helped highlight the broader crisis of Indigenous people who go missing or are killed at disproportionate rates. Nearly 5 years after she disappeared, Begay has not yet been found. And finally, this news from Pennsylvania. The Attic Youth Center, a local LGBTQ plus youth organization, celebrated a new $800,000 local share account investment at a press conference. The April 9th event was held outside 1206 Chestnut Street in Philadelphia, an empty 4-story building of over 13,000 square feet near the corner of 12th and Chestnut Street. It's the site of the organization's redevelopment project, a site that will become the center's new home. State Representative Ben Waxman, House Appropriations Chair Jordan Harris, Senate Appropriations Chairman Vincent Hughes, and Senator Nikhil Saval presented the attic with a giant check to mark the occasion. It's an investment in the future of our LGBTQ youth throughout the greater Philadelphia region, said Jasper Liam, executive director of the Attic Youth Center. adding that the address is more than a building, it is a statement, and it's our commitment. It's a statement that Philadelphia will continue to uplift, celebrate, and pour our hearts into our young people. It's a space designed for them and with them at the center, a space where they are not just welcome but wanted, they continued. Liam explained that the funding and new space will allow the center to expand critical out of school time programming, life skills education, and leadership development, while also deepening access to case management, housing, and financial support and mental health services. If only we had the same thing out here in Western Pennsylvania. Go figure. Western Pennsylvania, you can almost smell Ohio from here. That's the news at this hour. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.